3, Scene 1 of Romeo and Juliet begins with Benvolio and Mercutio debating which of them is more hot-tempered. Tybalt and some other Capulets arrive, expecting a confrontation. Tybalt and Mercutio taunt and insult one another and are about to fight. Romeo enters and tries to break up the fight, but to no avail. Romeo draws his sword to intervene between them, but inadvertently leaves an opening for Tybalt to stab Mercutio. Tybalt and the Capulet men leave, and Mercutio lies dying. He cries, "A plague of both your houses!" Benvolio carries Mercutio away. Left alone, Romeo describes his horror at what has happened. Benvolio rushes back to tell Romeo that Mercutio is dead. Tybalt returns, and Romeo, in a fit of fury, kills him. Romeo runs as the citizens spill into the street. The prince, Lord Montague, Lord Capulet, their wives, and other members of both households arrive to hear Benvolio's account of what happened, which Lady Capulet insists must be biased. She demands justice in the form of Romeo's death. Lord Montague, however, argues that Romeo fought to avenge his friend and should not pay with his life. The prince agrees, but exiles Romeo from Verona with a threat of certain death if he is found there. Throughout this important scene, Shakespeare comments on the nature of violence and how characters give life to it, especially in Mercutio and Benvolio's opening dialogue. Although in the first act, Benvolio is portrayed as peacekeeper amongst the household servants, Mercutio comments how he is prone to getting into fights. Romeo attempts to appease Tybalt by claiming respect for the Capulet name, but since nobody knows that Romeo and Juliet are married, everyone on both sides is confused by his kindness. Romeo, being the hero and the lover, tries to bring peace to the warring families. Instead, however, his overtures are rejected, and Mercutio and Tybalt end up dead, signaling a much more serious and violent turn of events in the play. The prince, representing government and justice, again must intervene, and therefore he punishes Romeo as a murderer.